So if you really want to know how a trailer or travel trailer, or a good quality travel trailer is built, stay tuned, because this is the one you're going to want to watch. We're going to dive into a lot of construction and what Winnebago uses to make their trailer so special. Grant, let's start with the frame, because that's obviously the strongest part of the whole house. So what do you do with your framing? What is it?
So there's two types of frames in the industry. You have what we use, which is a Norco next-gen frame. It's a huck bolted frame. The other frames in the industry are all to be welded I-frame or I-beam frames. So this is going to be built more like, I would say, a motorhome or a semi-trailer. It has a lot of benefits to the end user. One major benefit is complete paint coverage versus being spray painted. These frames actually done in pieces first, fully dipped in an e-coat paint, so you get paint inside your bolt holes, inside your bumper. It's completely covered and then bolted together after the fact. Now, a huck bolt is actually it's a hydraulically pressed bolt with 6,000 pounds of pressure. The only way to get a huck bolt off once that's been set is to literally cut it off with a saw or torch it off.
Wow.
So it's very secure. It's made of HSLA steel, which stands for high strength, low alloy, all US steel. Essentially what it means is it can be a lighter frame, so that's why we can make a trailer with 7-foot interior height that's half-ton towable, but it's stronger than a welded I-beam frame. You don't have joints that have to worry about corroding and rusting and breaking. Also, all the outriggers on that, which are essentially what holds your walls to the camper, are outriggers. Those are all laser aligned, so they're perfectly level versus somebody, lining it up and welding it to the I-beam. You just have a stronger and more consistent connection to the sidewall, from the sidewall to the frame.
Okay. And I love to camp in the fall. I know a lot of my customers love to camp in the fall as well. And what do you guys use? I know you can, but what do you guys use to make this where my water lines don't freeze, special insulation?
Yes. So as far as water lines go, all the water lines in this camper are going to be PEX pipe plumbing. So PEX is able to expand without breaking if it would ever freeze. However, we use a lot of additional products to help with extended season camping. One of them is going to be, in the Voyage segment, a 2-inch thick sidewall versus your industry standard 1.5 inches. So you get a little bit more block foam insulation in your sidewalls. Across the roof, this is a reflective insulation. Now the roof is already going to have residential batten fiberglass insulation all the way across it and down the front cap. This is in addition to that. This goes across the roof and down the front cap. In the summertime, this is really going to help reflect a lot of UV rays, which is what can create heat, away from the unit. In the winter months, it will help trap heat inside the coach.
So I know the water lines run through the floor and insulation, it's batten insulation, but on top of that, what else do you do in the flooring to make it more insulated, more winterproof?
Yeah, well, let me just dive into how Winnebago constructs their floor. So everything we build is built on a 5/8 tongue and groove plywood floor. That plywood floor then is actually built up on an aluminum substructure with 16-inch floor joists on center. In between those floor joists, we will have residential batten insulation stuffed in there, and then a Darko layer to keep moisture away from the fiberglass insulation. Underneath that layer of Darko, we have this reflective insulation. This is, again, what a lot of companies will call an extended season or a 4 seasons package even, but this would go underneath the Darko layer, and then we have the underbelly enclosure in general. We also do supply a 2.5-inch duct directly from the furnace down into the holding tanks to help keep your water from freezing up as well. So it actually is a very good extended season camper.
Wow, it's like it's sealed completely right and airtight almost. So.
Yes.
So now getting to the wall construction, I hear the word Azdel all over the place. What is Azdel and why does Winnebago use it?
So Azdel is a composite material. It's essentially made of fiberglass and plastic versus the traditionally used Luan or a wood behind the fiberglass layer. So this is what goes directly behind the fiberglass on the sidewall. Azdel does not contract or expand with temperature changes or humidity changes. Therefore, it doesn't have anything to helping it break down that glue and eventually cause delamination. So there's a lot of benefits to the end user with the use of Azdel. Delamination is not an issue with it. Mold, rot, mildew, all of that, not an issue because it actually is completely waterproof. You could soak that piece in water and pull it out in a month and it's going to look just like it does now versus wood that would break down over that time.
So almost like allergy friendly type stuff too.
Absolutely,
yeah.
Formaldehyde free. So there's just a ton of benefits to the end user with the use of Azdel on the sidewalls. A little bit more insulative, more soundproof as well.
Great. Sounds like it's really good stuff. I can see why you guys use it.
Absolutely.